Greetings everyone. Today Deviasians present a powerful tale of pride, betrayal and blind trust, highlighting the values of truth, just honesty. It encourages us to follow honesty and be truthful to our own selves. Before we begin the play, maybe ask the permission from judges, please. Thank you, judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, attention please. Here comes King Lear.
Long ago in Britain, old King Lear decided to divide his kingdom among his 3 daughters. Wanting to know who loved him the most, he asked each to declare their love. The elder daughters flattered him with grand words, but Cordelia, the youngest one, spoke honestly. Angered, Lear disowned her, unaware this choice would lead him into betrayal, madness, and deep regret.
My dear daughters, the years have made me old. I wish now to take rest from the burdens of ground. Today, I shall divide my kingdom among you 3. But first, let us this. Who amongst you loves us the most? Our eldest daughter Gonville, speak first.
Sir, I love you more than words can reveal the matter. Dearer than eyesight, space, and liberty. Beyond what can be valued, rich or rare. No less than life, with grace, health, beauty, and honor. Beyond all manner of soul, I love you.
What shall Cordelia speak? Love and be silent.
Fair words, fair daughter. Such love shall not go unrewarded. To you, Gonville, I grant this first part. All fair lands, rich fields, and fruitful rivers, all are yours.
Thank you, my lord.
Rule with pride.
The king smiled, his heart swayed, blinded by shameless flattery and buttering.
Now you, Regan, speak your heart.
I am made of the self-little as my sister, and prize me at her word in my true heart. I find she names my very deed of love. Only she comes too short. That I profess myself an enemy to all other joys, and find I am alone felicitate in your dear highness's love.
Oh, poor Cordelia. And yet not so, for I am sure my heart loves more than my words.
Excellent! Your love warms our age. To you, Regan, I grant this second part. No less in worth than I gave thy sister. All fair lands, rich fields, and rich forests, all are yours.
Thank you, my lord.
Rule with pride. And now, our love, our joy, our youngest born Cordelia. What can you say to win a third more opulent than your sisters? Speak.
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing will come of nothing then. Speak again.
My father, I cannot speak with full sweetness. I love you as a daughter should love her father, with honesty, respect, and duty. No more and no less. You gave me life, raised me, fed me, and cared for me. For that I do love and honor you. But one day, when I shall marry, part of my love and duty must belong to my husband too. For that I cannot say that all my love is only yours. If I were to love you all, Father, why would I ever marry like my sisters? Tell me, Father, why have my sisters husbands if they say they love you all?
What did you just say? How? No! Dost thou love us only by duty? Thou art so young and yet so untender.
So young, my lord, yet so true and hard.
Truthful? Then hear me. Your truth will be your punishment now. I disown you. Be gone from my sight. The court is now adjourned.
No, sir, I'll not let you do so. Look at Cordelia, your own daughter. You cannot banish her like this.
Peace, Kent. We will not speak against your king.
I speak, but for your own good. Your Majesty, please try to understand. Cordelia speaks with honesty, unlike these liars.
Then hear me. You also vanish. I give you 5 days. And on the 6th day, you will be executed. Be gone from my sight.
My lord, I have always served you with loyalty. Yet, I obey, though my heart be broken. Farewell, my
You
lord.
better leave.
Thus was Kent banished for truth and Cordelia for honesty. The seeds of tragedy were sown.
Edmund, my child, I have always trusted you. You are my good and beautiful son.
Now, God, stand up for these fools. This world was not to honesty, but to connect. My lord, I am yours in all obedience.
That is well spoken. Come, tell me more of your brother, Edgar.
Alas, sir, Edgar is changed. He speaks of strange matters and hides dark thoughts. I fear he means you harm.
Impossible! Edgar is my lawful son and he would never betray me.
I hope so, I'm wrong, but sir, that's the truth.
And so, Edmund laid the first stone of falsehood and conspiracy against Edgar.
Father, I come in your royal service.
Prison! See, my lord, how he comes, armed and secret.
What means this?
Fly, Edgar, fly, save your life. The officers are coming to arrest you.
Take him! He shall be pursued as a traitor.
Why has my father turned against me? I must run away, though my heart feel heavy.
Take him. Take him.
Thus, a father trusted lies and rejected the truth. He chose what was false and turned away from what was real, setting the path for sorrow ahead.
Where is our train? Where are our knights? Although I've given away my crown, I'm still a king.
My lord, your followers are too rude, too uncivilized, and too many.
Too many? I gave you half my kingdom and you say my knights are too many, huh?
And I too much agree. A lesser train would suit you better now.
How? No! Is this a reward for a fatherly love?
Having so many people will you cause this trouble? Why can't you live without them? Why can't you have 50, 20, 1, or maybe just none?
Ingratitude! You unnatural hound! You're born for a sea monster!
Sea monster!
Why were you even born to us? Leon! Oh, Leon! Such a fool you were to give away your kingdom to such shameless monsters and ungrateful daughter! Ah!
Don't be so angry, father. If you want to stay with us, you'll have to reduce the number of people with you.
Oh, Leon! You grew old before you grew wise. And now, your age shows your folly.
Now Lear began to see what he had done. The daughters of flattery were crueler and ungrateful than the daughter of truth. His own daughters and his own blood forced him to leave their palace and was caught in a fierce storm.
My lord, though in a humble form, I stand once more at thy side.
Thank you, Kent. You're better than my own blood. Thank you.
Then let me serve you stay.
Come, Kent. A loyal heart is worth much more than 1,000 crowns. Come, come.
Rejected by his daughters, Lear was cast into the cruel storm. The heavens roared as loudly as his grief.
No winds! Grant your king's rage, blow! You thunder, lightning, and storm clouds! Rage your fury upon this earth, let the heavens shake! Are these my daughters? The ones I loved? The ones I raised in my own arms? Can blood turn so cold? I gave them everything. My crown, my kingdom, my trust, everything. But what did I receive? Betrayal, betrayal and only betrayal. Lear, oh Lear, such a fool you were to give away your kingdom to such shameless daughters. A father's heart broken by his own children.
My dear king, are you sad today?
Are you blind? Can't you see I'm betrayed?
So let me recite you a poem.
Poem. In my honor, of course you will fool. Go ahead.
My dear King Lear, I know your fear.
Fear. And me, King Lear? Impossible.
First, put my cap because it serves you better.
Why?
Because you are a fool.
You calling me a fool? You forget yourself. You how dare you?
I know you love Patrick, but
You want my
no,
vote?
no. I know you love Patrick.
Flattery.
Yes.
Speak.
Today, I'm not going to flatter you today. I'll tell your harsh truth to everyone.
Go.
You gave all your kingdom to your ungrateful daughters, and for yourself, what did you say? Nothing! Did you say something? Did you say? At least I have my own cat. Have a look at it. Do you have something of yourself?
Sir, he is not as fool as he seems.
Yes, Ken. This fool has opened my eyes. Never ever come in flattery. I was destroyed by flattery.
My lord, this storm is fierce. Please come to shelter.
No, Kent. The storm outside is nothing as compared to storm in my heart. Don't let me come in the shelter.
In the thunder, Lear's pride broke. In the cold, his heart began to learn pity.
Who goes there in this miserable night?
A king abandoned by his own blood.
Then my heart is moved. Come, good my lord, let me take you to shelter.
Your sister and Kent, you are better than my own blood, my own shameful daughters. Please come take me. Take me.
Gloucester too would suffer for his kindness. He was manipulated by the king's daughters and their husbands.
Father, do not fear. I am here and we are together again.
My dear Cordelia, you are too good for this cruel world. I wrong you and bleed flattery and lies. Can you forgive an old foolish father?
Always, Father. My love never left you.
Thank you, daughter. Thank you very much.
But tragedy once set in motion spares none. Cordelia, pure and unwavering, is torn away too soon. Her fate sealed by cruelty and injustice. She is killed by perpetrators. Darkness closes in as hope fades, and cruel destiny awaits her. One that will shatter hearts and leave behind only grief, regret, and the haunting echo of what could have been.
There's no use of waiting. Edmund, yes sir, hang Cordelia to death and make it look like a suicide. Rest assured, sir, Cordelia will die now and the crown will remain with you.
At last, Lear returns with his most beloved daughter, Cordelia. But she is dead forever.
Help! 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 Oh, you men stones! If I had your tongues and eyes, I would play with them till heaven itself cried out. My dear daughter, Cordelia. No! No! Look at me. Look at me, my child. Don't leave me alone. Look at me. Look at me. Why does not she move? Why does not she breathe? Is she gone? Gone forever? Am I the reason I drove away the one soul who truly loved me? I was blind, not in my eyes, not in my heart, but through my entire body. What is a camel, a rat, a horse I'm blind? And my dear Cordelia, I've no breath at all.
The weight of grief is too much for the old king. His heart, already broken, can bear no more.
Look at me, my child, look at me. Don't leave me alone. Please, please, please. Don't leave me. Look at me. Look at me, my child, look at me. Never leave me alone. Never. Never. Never.
And thus ends the tragic story of King Lear, a king ruined by pride and poor judgment. He trusted flattery and sweet words instead of the truth and lost what mattered the most. Too late he learns that real love is shown through actions and not by flattery, and that pride can lead to loss, regret, and destruction. Dear audience, this play teaches us that we should never trust flattery, and no one must ever fall prey to sugar-coated words like the King Lear in this play. Flattery and pride can make us blind. The king trusted flattery from his daughters, but rejected Cordelia's true love and honesty that ultimately leads to his downfall. Let us all learn from this beautiful play that we must all respect and support our parents, especially in difficult times,